Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I keep hearing a sort of, in a sense, a sort of growing voice that says that Sky Sports are going to bail out of boxing once Ben Shalom's contract is up. And there's no doubt that Ben Shalom and Boxer haven't exactly, set their name in glowing lights, have they really? Ben got this Sky contract on the back of Eddie Hearn and Matchroom leaving. At the time, Adam Smith was still with Sky Boxing. It was a sort of a two-pronged attack, if you like, because they signed a contract with Top Rank to show some foreign product, maybe give Ben a chance to sort of find his feet. Boxer, using Sky's money, signed up a lot of the Olympic talent, Fraser Clark, Artin Stoll, Lauren Price. But let's be honest, it hasn't been glowing, has it? To put it mildly. There was the two farces regarding the Reactpor purse bid with Opataya, and then there was Fraser Clark and the Fabio Wardley British title fight purse bid where Shalom pulled Wardley out of that at the 11th hour. Not a good look for Sky, Shalom, Boxer, or the fighters, to be honest with you. So yesterday we had the Echo Arena in Liverpool card with Natasha Jonas beating Michaela Mayer, split decision. I didn't think that was a bad fight. I thought it was a good fight. But the card itself was... There wasn't much that was memorable about it. I quite like Karasat and Stoll's fight. I thought that was interesting. That actually kind of showed a few flaws to a game. Actually, the Brazilian girl came to fight, got floored early. That was entertaining enough, a little 8-rounder. The Jack Cullen, him losing his titles, his British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles in a rematch, actually. That didn't look good. That was a boring fight. Zach Chelly deserved to win, but it was a dull fight, a very, very dull fight. Neither guy saw their stock raise, although, of course, Chelly, I'm sure, is delighted to pick up 2 belts and can build from there. He's still only 26. He can build on that. Jermaine Brown lost his English title challenge to Mark Jeffers. Not a particularly good fight. Seen worse, but seen a damn sight better. All in all, the fight card itself wasn't really very good. And this is another case of Boxer just not really delivering, especially in light of what's going on over in Saudi Arabia. I mean, they really need to deliver the goods in terms of entertainment. They're just not doing it. Now, Shalom's contract was for 4 years. And what are we into? The 3rd year? Is it? There isn't a lot left anyway. And what do you think the odds are of Sky renewing it? I don't think they're very high, to be honest with you. I really don't. And I think it's not that I wanted Shalom to fail. I certainly didn't. Nothing against the guy. Don't know much about him. I know he's from quite a privileged background monetarily, but so was Eddie Hearn. And you got a chance to, as they say, turn the silver spoon into a golden one. Has Shalom done that? There have been 1 or 2 sort of big nights out, shall we say. I really enjoyed the Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields bout. Then you had Khan and Brooke, which was years and years after its sell-by date, but it was still okay, But has Shalom really have there been many big stars made? Am I right in saying Adam Azim is on Sky? I think he is. He's the only one that pops out and hits me in the face. I can't really think of it. Certainly with the two female Olympians, they should be really on the verge now of fighting for world honours by this point. Fraser Clark has just totally stagnated. And he's not a young man, is he? He's not ancient for a heavyweight, but he's not young. Bronze medalist, you think people would have been queuing up to fight the guy. I don't really see any rhyme or reason to what Ben Shalom, any sort of set plan. And I certainly don't see it done with much acceleration or with, because with Eddie Hearn, and I know you shouldn't compare one to the other, but sometimes you've got to compare and contrast. And when Eddie Hearn got the exclusive contract with Sky, which is, what was that, 12 years ago, 13 years ago now, there was always something was always happening. There was always something, some sort of added rung to the ladder. So, okay, we reached this point. Now let's go up here. And with Sky and Boxer, it just seems to have stagnated. Now, I know that Adam Smith leaving didn't do Shalom and Boxer and Sky a lot of favours, because suddenly Shalom, and very, very inexperienced promoter, certainly at that level, suddenly had carte blanche to do whatever he wanted to do. And he didn't have someone to sort of, whose brains to pick. He didn't have someone who was going to implement some checks and balances here. And Smith, whatever you think about Smith, nearly 3 decades in boxing, he knows about doing deals. He knows about bringing on fighters. He has some insight into how things should be done properly. And he was able, I'm sure, behind the scenes to work with Eddie Hearn. And, Eddie's he doesn't exactly lack confidence. And he did lack experience, certainly, when he started with Sky. But with Ben Shalom, I think he lacked that. He lacked that foil on which to sort of bounce his ideas. What would Adam Smith say about Shalom pulling fighters out of purse bids? I don't think he'd have been happy. I think it wouldn't have got to that point, probably, if Shalom had someone to sort of point him in the right direction. Does this mean, let's say that Boxer's contract is not renewed, does this mean that Sky are going to bail out of boxing? Well, if they're not renewing the contract with Boxer, who's going to take the place? Who is there? Who is there out there to take the place? One option is that they stick with boxing, but they only show foreign product. I don't think that would go down very well with fans, even though there's lots of great fights abroad. DAZN show a lot of great fights abroad. Some of the Gold Boy cards are very good. Some of the ones that are down in Mexico, some of them, Matchroom have done a deal with Japanese promoters to bring some Japanese cards over. That's going to be on DAZN. So there is a market for foreign cards, don't get me wrong. But Sky, for the last however many years, have been renowned for bringing fighters along. You had the whole, AJ filling out stadiums and Froch Groves, and there always seemed to be, like I said before, the building blocks were sort of increasing. 2.5 years, whatever it is, into the Boxer contract, what's been done? What's been achieved? What really grabs your attention? What grabs your eye? When you hear that there's a Sky card on, what's your reaction? Is it a case of, I've got to see that? Even if I'm not in, I'm definitely going to watch that afterwards, or, It was a Saturday night event. What about the Next Generation cards? They used to have them on, what was it, Tuesday? I know, I went to a few of them. I just think that this is not a good look, and Sky are going to want to sort of, if they are going to continue with boxing, they've got to do something to sort of kickstart their quote-unquote brand. Because you can talk about Boxer, you can talk about Matchroom, you can talk about anyone, but the bottom line is this is Sky Sports Boxing. What about the pay-per-view events? Hearn and Sky pretty much resurrected pay-per-view to British audiences after it collapsed with, Hay and Audley and Klitschko Hay, and it was dead in the water, and then it kind of got gradually brought back in, gradually phased back in, and now everyone just accepts it, rightly or wrongly in my opinion, but a lot of you don't mind it. All right. But they must be losing money hand over fist as well, Sky. It can't be good. And I'm kind of at a loss to know who would take the place of Shalom and Boxer if they did bow out, or if they were, shall we say, moved out. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling here, but you tell me what you think. Do you think Sky will kick boxing out, throw it out? Do you think they'll continue with it, but under a different guise with new promoters? What do you think? Who do you think would take the place of Boxer? Maybe you think they'll give Boxer another chance. I must be honest, I'd be slightly surprised if that was the case, but you tell me. But it is sad to see. It's sad to see situations happening. And I never wished Ben Shalom and Boxer ill at all. I wanted them to succeed, because the more outlets there are, the more chances there are for fighters, the more chances there are for fans to watch boxing, the better it is, I think. So anyway, look, you tell me what you think. Leave your comments below and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the subscribe button and the like button. Hit the like button. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got to say. Maybe you've got more answers than I have, because this is a bit perplexing to me. But I do think the bottom line and the purpose of this video is that I do think there is a very, very realistic chance that Sky will bail out of boxing, and I think that would be a shame. So I'll read your comments. Thanks a lot. Catch you later. And of course, bye for now.